Nigeria Labour Congress Akwa Ibom State Council joins nationwide protests. Need for training and retraining of judges in focus at a 3-day training on taxation in Uyo. Plus, immigration at 60. Commander assures of tight security at borders. Hello and welcome to NTA Uyo News. My name is Okun Nde. Thanks for joining us. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times Channel 103 as well as our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. And now to the news. The Nigeria Labour Congress in Akwa Ibom State has joined in a nationwide protest calling on the federal government to meet the demands of the trade unions. This was during a peaceful demonstration in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State's capital, from where Emedion Umo reports.
With placards bearing different inscriptions, the Nigerian Labour Congress and other trade unions walked across the streets of Uyo metropolis, calling on government to adhere to their demands.
Give us palliative. We are not in palliative. We are asking that they should deploy the 3,000 vehicles the president promised without further delay.
Among people, one president talk from radio, he said if they give money to people that are starting small business.
Prior to this action, the union in a communique enlisted their demands as well as gave the government a 7-day notice. Some Nigerians speak on the actions of NLC.
Things are very tough and very difficult, but if they go to strike by this time of the day, it will already affect so many things.
If the labor and the TUC can be able to put things in order, that they can be able to resolve the issue amicably without strike, without crisis, I think it will be better.
The union's demands are the need for government to distribute compressed natural gas mass transit buses for workers, resuscitation of refineries, among many others. In Uyo, Emedion Umo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Abia State also joined other states across the nation to protest what they describe as the anti-people's policies of the present administration. Informando Okoli reports that the protesters marched through the streets of Umuahia with placards chanting, "Let the poor breathe."
In Abia State, joining their counterparts across the nation to protest hiking prices of goods and services while their take-home remains the same. They are also protesting the policies of the present administration, which they described as anti-people and unpalatable to workers in Nigeria.
We will show our grievances to the federal government of Nigeria on their policies that are not palatable to Nigerian workers.
Everybody in this country is involved for what we are suffering. The people need a government that will liberate them from this level of poverty.
The Chief of Staff to the Governor, Caleb Ajewe, while addressing the protesters at Government House Umuahia, explained that government is aware of their plight and would continue to do her part to ensure that workers are well taken care of. He noted that prompt and timely payment of workers' salaries in Abia is among the people-friendly policies to alleviate the plight of workers in the state.
As a country, we should be able to rise up and say that we have not done very well, both to the governing and to the governed. We should also begin to search inwards, because we must leave a better nation for our children and our children's children.
The protest, which began at Michael Okpara Square, terminated at Government House Umuahia. In Umuahia, Ifeoma Ndu Okoli, NTA News.
Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed its resolution calling on the state government through the Ministry of Education to immediately undertake the completion of the abandoned hostel project at Akwa Ibom State University for safety of lives of the students. The resolution is born out of a motion brought before the House by a member representing a Sinodum State constituency, Prince Ukpong Akpabio. The report.
Prince Akpabio expressed concern that with the student population of about 8,000, with 8 facilities and 48 academic programs without a single hostel facility for its students is a problem. He found that a construction of 2,600 capacity hostel facility awarded 13 years ago and abandoned midway has posed a serious security threat on the students.
Lodgings and houses inhabited by the students of the university are in complete squalor and deplorable condition which render them unfit for residents of the university students owing to their lack of electricity, potable water, as well as adequate security.
Some lawmakers also bared their minds.
In my experience in universities, I've seen that private owned hostels thrive more than the ones built by the state government. I want to recommend that we look into encouraging PPPs to ensure that more hostels have hostels.
So let's call the contractors to have their rate of in the university, and then we call them to this house and explain to us what that is important. If they are failed on their own side, then we take action.
Reacting, the Speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udemo Otong, referred the motion to House Committee on Education with a mandate to report back to the House in 2 weeks.
This motion to the Chairman, House Committee on Education, to work on the relevant authorities that we have mentioned to the Chairman and bring the report back to this House.
They also received a motion from member representing Etimekbo Ika State constituency, Mfon Idu, on the devastating state of gully erosion menace at Northern Anang Secondary School, Etimekbo local government area. In Uyo, Nsika Okon, NTA News.
The need for training and retraining of judges has been emphasized to efficiently and effectively handle tax-related cases, to keep judges and magistrates abreast of the contemporary issues in tax administration in Nigeria. This was the position of stakeholders at a 3-day training on taxation for judges in Uyo, organized by the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service. John Paul Alumuna reports.
Contemporary issues in taxation is put together to resolve the issues and disputes between the state and local government areas in tax collection and remittance. It has become necessary for the judges who are directly involved in the interpretation of tax laws and upholding justice get updated on the evolving policy and administrative changes. Hence, the training which the participants have described as timely.
The tax law seems to be somehow novel to so many of us, because it needs specialized training and administration and adjudication. So having this training program will iron out a lot of issues we've been having in court.
Having this conference will enhance the synergy between the legislators, the judiciary, as well as the tax authorities, so that we will resolve everything for the benefit of the state.
The stakeholders have noted that taxation is a vital component of generating revenue and providing essential services, as it serves as a fundamental pillar in shaping the economic landscape of any society. It is worthy of note that the judiciary plays a crucial role in promoting the principles of justice, equity, and fairness through interpretation of laws and resolving tax disputes in the country.
The knowledge gained will enable our judges and magistrates to adjudicate tax-related cases with fairness, impartiality, and adherence to the principles of justice.
Now on an annual basis we have what we call Finance Act, that comes up on a yearly basis, and that sometimes comes to reinforce an existing tax law or vary it or abrogate and all that. So all this must be brought to bear in the knowledge base of the justices.
Disputes have been arising over the years, but the judges, many of whom do not have background in taxation, there is need to share this knowledge with them and they too, from their experiences, will share their knowledge.
The organizers say the 3-day training is the first batch for selected judges in the state, as the second batch will take place later in the year to ensure that all judicial officers are exposed to the knowledge of experts on the latest policy dynamics in tax administration in Nigeria. The 3-day training will end on Friday, 4th August 2023. In Uyo, John Paul Alumon, NTA News.
The Nigeria Immigration Service is deploying more specially trained personnel across the borders of Akwa Ibom State. This was the assurance of the Commander Immigration Service, Francisca Dakat, at a road walk to mark the 60th anniversary of the service. Clement Barikwi has details.
It was a fun walk of some sort for officers and men of the Nigeria Immigration Service, Akwa Ibom State Command, as they took the message on the dangers of illegal migration to major roads and streets of Uyo. The sensitization walk led by the state commander, Francisca Dakat, made a stopover at a market where the women joined in the celebration. The service believes that at 60 years in Nigeria and 35 years in Akwa Ibom State, there is no better time to digitally secure the country's borders for economic growth than now.
Akwa Ibom has one of the longest coastlines bordering Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. We need these well-trained officers to be able to mine those places to ensure that no criminal comes in.
With more technologies, equipment and personnel effectively manning the well over 129 kilometers coastlines and 9 entry and exit borders in Akwa Ibom State by the Nigeria Immigration Service is a reality. In Uyo, Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Children of Divine Home at Fort Uyo have been encouraged to continue to be obedient and possess the fear of God in them to become useful citizens of the state. Akwa Ibom State Governor's wife, Patience Umoino, said this during her maiden visit to the home. Utuba Chibong reports.
The governor's wife urged the children to be of the best behavior at all times, noting that she was optimistic that they would grow up to become very important people in the society. Acknowledging the efforts of the wife of the former governor of the state, Dr. Martha Udomi Manuel, in molding and shaping the lives of the children of the home and the good work she did in ensuring that the children were given the best of life, the governor's wife pledged to continue from where she stopped.
I saw that she wasn't tired of you. That she loved you, she loves you, she will continue to love you. I saw that there will be somebody to continue to care for you. She brought me here. And so I ask that God will bless her. Make them architects, any profession, all the profession, you are here. And I ask that the Almighty God will continue to keep you, take you there. All I ask of you is to continue to be good children.
Earlier, the coordinator of Divine Home, Dr. Idori Nekanem, appreciated the governor's wife for the August visit and her benevolence and magnanimity towards children of Divine Home, while intimating the wife of the governor that the divine children were eager to see her and that the visitors brought fulfillment to them. The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Dr. Ini Adiakban, lauded the governor's wife for taking a step in the right direction while appealing that she visits other homes in the state.
I told them that Mama is coming to them. They were so excited. Aside from Divine Home, you have the Correctional Center that has peculiar children with their peculiar needs. We have a home that will make a tremendous impact on you when you visit, which is the children's home at Ikolepene.
In their separate goodwill messages, the wife of the SSG, Mrs. Inemeset Uwa, wife of the PDP chairman, Mrs. Unyeme Akpan, and Lewa members applauded Pastor Patience for visiting the children, as it will go a long way in molding them positively while also pledging their support to the home. The event was spiced up with a welcome song and cultural dance by children of the Divine Home in Uyo. Utabe Achibong, NTA News.
Sports now. House Committee set to revive National Sports Commission and Sports University bills. This and more on the Sports Update with Ayodeji Makinde.
House of Representatives Committee on Sports has expressed readiness to ensure that the National Sports Commission and Sports University bills are passed into law. Chairman of the committee, Ekene Adams Abubakar, in his first official engagement since being inaugurated as chairman of the committee in the 10th House, says peace amongst warring factions and those with vested interests must be addressed for the two bills to become a reality.
I tell you and I'm sure we are here to speak about peace and unity first between all stakeholders, which I knew by the special grace of God. Let's embrace that peace, and that bill will be passed.
Having made the country proud at the just concluded North America Scrabble Championship and the World English Scrabble Players Championship in Las Vegas, USA, victorious Team Nigeria arrived Abuja with former world champion Wellington Jigeri winning the North America Scrabble Championship and claimed second position in the World English Scrabble Players Championship.
It's not a bad performance at all, but we know that getting the trophy was what we planned for. Not getting the trophy this time around means we have to go back to do a lot of work.
To have more top players attend the World Championships, maybe up to 20 top players, attend and play the main event. If we have that, I'm sure the next World Championship we are going to retain our title as #1.
In another development, International Keno Federation President Thomas Konietzka has expressed confidence in Nigeria's ability to host one of the main Olympic qualifying events for Africa in November, after witnessing the first African Admiral Pobeni Boats Championship in Abuja.
And we discussed today during this competition how we can help better to engage more kids in our sport. And I'm sure time is coming that even more African athletes will qualify for the games.
In basketball, defending champions Nigeria take on Mozambique tonight in the quarter-final of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Kigali, Rwanda. With Sports Update, Ayodeji Makinde, NTA News.
To end the news, a recap of the major stories. Nigeria Labour Congress Akwa Ibom State Council has joined nationwide protests. Need for training and retraining of judges in focus at a 3-day training on taxation in Uyo. You also heard in the news that Immigration 60 Commander assured of tight security at borders. That's our package this morning. Remember to be a star. Join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists. I remain Okun Ndem. Agnes Okura is standing by for the news in translation. Have a great day.
Nigeria Labour Congress ngo ke Akwa Ibom ake na wana kisang nyemmeke amena mutum ina make freedom in Nigeria. Ufoma di no make pembet ukbe ke atuko tax awona aten wonda iko. Ufo to immigration ayori swataye ke ndaradam e kamba ufo tomorrow anonso on bobo ki yaine ki don pe mekemme ada abaka ke Akwa Ibom. ukangine besiero ay mero Agnes ukurembo isaki bere Jacob senior mbong from baran senem ko mero na mo fo to mo ke bendu senti channel 12 yo nyinem bo yo ke social media kembo ekoto Star Times Facebook koro YouTube Ekambang kamanang tumakara ekoto Nigeria Labour Congress nkoro ke Akwa Ibom State awana ke isang nyemmeke anka miena make Afrida nyen Nigeria aribo yaya onini no ete kisang mi yake dari tie kisong yu ke atai furi furu song akombong nyen emeriong umo akama yombom yaki ko bitoye
mwana mnyariong kemme namutumo concert ema ewongo kwawurum esanga ebo ya wokara eri na mmimo unenimo amma ema wori yare sremi ke eri igwe nkpo mention si mkpo ke ngwere mmo eke kamake etanga ebo ya wokara ekrebo ke ammo ese ndimo na ekpese ebo bemiso ammo esanga woto yare sremi ammo ema ni mbono eneme semmo eyemno akamba ukara idenyen enameno ndien adu idoro nyene mmo dikanbo ke na mkpo mi manatoro mkpo anenge abono mi dogontro ammo eyeka utru utum mi kuyo emedio mo akambak NTA
eneke esonge boke ufono sren ke di no mekbembet ekoto churches koro magistrate ukbe ke tukombo ekoto tax maratoro uto ikpentom akbebiong mo kiso ariro mbo beneben ammo inwek Ado kenda ukbe bu senita uforutum Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service agetu mono me ikpokpe ngberemi ke uyo ke eketangami Jacob ito okombo
ukpe mkpo usenita etumo kiko iwot adogo mensionsio mkpo abara kikpere tax ado ukpe mkpo etumo keri kanbo ke kpan memfana abara kotu state ye nkok ukara kebanga ke ubo tax ye rikpenye ado ta kpan kpo anomme akpe ikpe ame wanake enyongo esemkpo ebanga nutum mbe tax edidiongo mukpompo abara kemme oyo ukara ye kemme uforutum amiene kedo atakpan ntak etumo ukpe mkpomi ame mbono wo ebowo keta yogini eribo muto ukpe mkpomi adomi mangwanda isowo ema itanga boke tax adumpo eseke kama enie revenue aseke nam no state yobio ekanenie uforo ye kemme nsio ikpege mbono mege tu mukpe mkpo senitami ema bo kemi ado apa ikpege ukpe mkpo ame esata mekpe ikpege state ami